good morning, good evening to our amazing partner, wherever you guys are. I hope you had an amazing day and everything is shining for you. Today, we're going to talk about Trent University. We do have Jessica from Trent. And there you go, Jessica.
Hi,
Thank you
everyone.
so much, Jessica, for taking time.
Oh, it's my
Lucky. I
pleasure.
think we done one other TRW together back
Yes,
in March.
yes,
Last year, actually, last year,
yes,
March, we had the
yeah.
TRW in India. So,
It was a great event.
yeah, thank you so much for coming back. This is mini version of that virtual. We
hmm
cannot do a lot of fun and stuff, but as long as you're here, that's all the fun, right?
Well, it is great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so as always, our amazing partner, we're going to take a first 45 minutes or so of the presentation and talk about Trent University. The last 15 minutes will be allocated to your questions, and we will send a recording of this webinar to you after the webinar. So please just sit back and enjoy the webinar. And like always, at the end of the webinar, we will share the code that you guys will be able to take the 50% application fee discount through ApplyBoard. That would be end of my talking. I'll leave the rest to Jessica for her to get started the presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mehdi. Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Lee, and I am the Regional International Recruitment Manager for Trent University. And I'm so pleased to be here with you today. I am a Trent alumna. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology and a minor in Business. And I also pursued my Master of Education later on at Trent University as well. So when I'm talking to you about Trent, it's not just from a staff perspective, but also from a personal student perspective too. So without further ado, I would like to start off with a quick video introduction about Trent University and follow that up with a presentation. Okay, so Trent University. For those of you who know about us, you will know that we have been rising to the rank, and a recent ranking just placed us at the top 6.2% of universities worldwide, too. So, um, before we start, I would like to take a moment to just acknowledge the land that we're on. Here in Peterborough, we are on the land of the Mississauga Anishinaabe people. And so it's something that we do here in Canada, which is to take a moment to recognize and acknowledge where we're at. And it's also a great way of grounding us and reminding us of where we've come from, where we're at, and where we're heading to next. Moving on to Trent University, as you have seen from the video, we are the #1 undergraduate university in Ontario. And it's a ranking that we have held for 9 years in a row now. So Maclean's University has ranked us as the #1 undergraduate university in Ontario and #3 across Canada. We're also among the top 6.3% of universities worldwide, although the rankings that was released yesterday places at 6.2, so we've gone up in the rankings. And this speaks volume to our leadership in teaching, research, and student satisfaction. We're also #1 in Canada for scholarships and bursaries, and we have been for 19 years in a row. So, what are the benefits of this to your students who are coming to Trent? Well, to start with, all of your students who are coming in for our bachelor's programs are automatically considered for an entrance scholarship. They don't even have to apply for an entrance scholarship. If we see the grades, we'll give the money to them. And in addition to that, we also have a range of additional scholarships and bursaries that students can apply for even before they begin their studies and even when they are here at Trent. And for example, with the whole COVID situation as well, Trent has continued to support international students financially, understanding that the COVID-19 situation has impacted a lot of our students as well. And we're also one of Canada's top undergraduate research universities. Our professors are working with students, not just at the graduate level, but at the undergraduate level too. So students in the third year or fourth year are able to do research alongside their professors. And some of our students have gone on to get themselves published. And how cool is that to have your name published on a journal even before you head off to graduate school? And some of our students have done continued on with their graduate studies either at Trent or in other universities as well. But this gives our students a competitive edge, that research experience, that hands-on experience that will make them competitive applicants when they're applying for graduate school. And 95% of our students are happy that they chose Trent University. And the same amount of students are also satisfied with the overall quality of education that they have received from Trent. And to us, this is the ranking that matters most to us, student satisfaction, because this also shows us that students are not just coming to Trent University for our academic programs, they're also coming to Trent University for the environment that we provide to students. An environment where they feel a sense of belonging from the first moment that they step foot on campus, and also an environment where they feel supported throughout their academic career at Trent University. So, what is it about the Trent experience that has helped to cement our reputation as Ontario's top undergraduate university? Well, I have a few theories to share with you. The first would be the classroom environment. At Trent University, the class sizes are smaller. The average student to faculty ratio is 18:1. So that means that students learn in a more personal and intimate learning environment. And learning at Trent is active. We encourage learning by asking students to question or ask questions. And they can ask questions to their professors, they can ask questions to their peers, their classmates. And it's through this active way of learning that students learn beyond what is being told to them in the textbooks or from the lectures. They're able to get their curiosity and their questions fulfilled, essentially. And so at Trent University, through this active way of learning, it opens the minds up of students and it encourages critical thinking and analytical skills as well. In addition to that, education at Trent University is personal because students are the ones who are in charge of their education. For example, I did my Bachelor of Science in Psychology and a minor in business. When I first went to Trent University, I knew that I wanted to pursue a degree in psychology. I had an idea in my head. But when I got to Trent University, I took a bunch of different electives. I took elective courses in business, in Spanish, in physics and astronomy, in calculus, for example. And in my first year, I discovered that, hey, I actually enjoy business too. And so in my second year, that was when I decided to do a minor in business administration, So by having the ability to customize my degree, I was able to tie in both psychology and the human resource management aspect of business together because both areas involve working with people. So students are the ones who are able to shape their degree according to their interests and their career goals. Education at Trent is purposeful because what they learn has the potential to make a difference in the world. For example, we had an international student, Joshua Lowe, who came to Trent University and he studied international development studies. In his third year, he went abroad to Ecuador. And while he was in Ecuador, he worked with a small NGO, a local NGO, who helps refugees. And at that time, there were a lot of refugees who were fleeing from Venezuela into Ecuador. So Joshua would help to provide legal advice to the refugees who were coming in. And in that regards, he was making a difference in the lives of the refugees who were in Ecuador. And Joshua then came back to Trent University for his fourth year. And while he was in his fourth year, he applied for the prestigious Rhodes Scholarship. His professors were so invested in his application, they took the time to prepare him for the interview. They took the time to read through his application. And Joshua received the Rhodes Scholarship and he's currently at Oxford University completing his master's right now. So even at the undergraduate level, students are able to use their hands-on experience to make a difference in the world. And once they complete their studies at Trent, they can continue to use the skills that they've learned to also make a difference in the world. And education at Trent is also transformative because students are forever changed by their Trent experience. They graduate with a clearer sense of who they are and the types of gifts that they have to contribute to the world. So here we have one of our international students from Brazil, Dr. Andressa Lacerda. Andressa first came to Trent University to pursue her undergraduate studies at Trent, and she loved her experience so much that she decided to stay to do her master's and her PhD as well. And while she was doing her PhD at Trent University, she started a company of her own. And now her company is based at Trent University, and now she also employs Trent students to gain experience and to work for her research company. And she also employs employees, both Canadians and international graduates, to work with her as well. So this shows that Trent University can be a stepping stone towards graduate schools or towards a successful career. Now let's delve into the academic programs that we offer at Trent. At the undergraduate level, we offer a range of programs in arts, sciences, social sciences, and as well as professional programs too. And the same goes for our graduate programs. Let's start off by checking out our business program because it is one of our most popular programs for international students. There are 8 ways to do business at Trent. The first is to do a Bachelor of Business Administration, a BBA. Students could also do a Business and Arts or Business and Science, a joint major program. Students could also do a Bachelor of Business Administration with a specialization. They could also do a minor in business, just like what I did. They could also do a Law and Business program. And this is a unique program with Swansea University where students could get a Bachelor of Business Administration from Trent University and a law degree from Swansea University, all within 6 years. They could also do postgraduate certificates for students who have a university degree and are looking for that next step. They could also do graduate programs. For our specializations in the Bachelor of Business Administration, we have 9 specializations, such as accounting, which would lead students towards a designation in chartered professional accounting, economics, entrepreneurship, if they are interested in starting their own business, in finance, human resources, marketing, and more. For students who already have a university degree and they're looking for a short-term 1-year postgraduate certificate program, we have two options. They could do a postgraduate certificate in marketing and entrepreneurship, or they could also do it in human resource management. At the graduate level, we offer a few options related to business, and they are in financial analytics, management, and sustainability studies. And more information about the graduate programs can be found on our graduate studies website. Another popular program for international students would be our computer science program. And students are able to do it as a general bachelor in computer science, or they could also specialize in data analytics or software engineering. Students could also pursue a degree in information systems or graduate programs related to it as well. Something to know about our computer science program is the co-op option. We offer a co-op option where students are able to gain hands-on experience, get paid, and graduate with both your degree and a career-related experience. And our co-op program is done within 4 years. So this shows you the breakdown of the terms and how students are able to gain that work term and study term within 4 years of their education. At the graduate level, we offer two programs that are related to computer science, and students could do it in our Applied Modeling and Quantitative Methods program, or students could also gain experience in our Big Data Analytics program and relate that to their computer science background as well. And again, for our graduate programs, we encourage you to check out more information on our graduate studies website. Other programs that we offer at Trent University include our forensic science program, our law and arts or law and business program, journalism, psychology, kinesiology, medical professional stream where students are able to come in and gear themselves up for medical school. Nursing. Nursing is one of the few programs that is offered at Trent that is open, one of the few nursing programs across Canada, I would say, that is open to international students. And so a lot of international students do apply to our either collaborative or compressed nursing program at Trent University. We also have a chemical engineering dual degree program, and this is a program with Swansea University. Students come to Trent University for 2 years. They'll head off to Swansea University in Wales for 2 years, and within 4 years, they'll graduate with both a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and a Bachelor of Chemical Engineering from Swansea. So 2 degrees from Trent and Swansea. We also offer sustainable agriculture and food systems, biomedical science, biology, or biochemistry and molecular biology, and international political economy, and so much more. We have over 100 programs for you to choose from, and the choice is yours, and the choice is the students. Now, a lot of times when students are thinking about studying at Trent University, they're also thinking about studying in one of our prestigious schools of studies. And they could study environmental science or environmental studies within our School of the Environment. They could study business within our School of Business or nursing, or they could also pursue a teacher education stream program, a Bachelor of Education, or a Master of Education within our School of Education, and so much more. And if students are having a hard time trying to decide on one program, we offer joint majors as an option for students to combine their interests. So they don't have to just pick one. They can pick two and combine that together as a joint major option. And in the past, students have combined business and media studies. They've combined philosophy and computer science. They've combined, there is a student assistant of mine who did business administration and environmental studies because he was interested in learning about sustainable business practices in regards to climate change. So there are so many options for students at Trent University. Another program that I would also like to highlight is our Trent ESL program for students who may not necessarily have the English requirements to get into Trent University. they are able to come into our Trent ESL program and gain a conditional admission pathway into our undergraduate degree programs. There are 5 levels for our Trent ESL program, ranging from beginners to advanced English. And we also have summer English programs that are now offered online, and students could do a short-term summer program if they're interested, or if they're looking for more of an academic pathway into university, they could also start off in our Trent ESL program. Moving on to hands-on experience, lots of universities and post-secondary institutions talk about it, but at Trent University, we live that experience. And that is why we guarantee that no matter which program that students are in, they're able to gain hands-on learning, whether it's through co-op or internships. For example, with business, we do internships, or placements where students in our social work or nursing or teacher education stream program will do placements, or through environmental studies, students are able to gain that community-based education where they work with a local company looking at environmental issues. So no matter what program that students are in, they're able to gain hands-on experience. And in the past, students have also gained hands-on experience through field studies too. So some students have gone to Taiwan as part of their biology course to study pink dolphins. Some students have gone to Barbados as part of their environmental studies course to study about the impact of rising seas on island countries. So no matter what program students are in, they're able to gain hands-on experience. And we encourage students to connect with their programs and connect with our career space office to explore the hands-on opportunities that students are able to gain as part of their program. But of course, the students are also thinking of studying abroad. In addition to coming to Canada, they're able to study abroad in over 35 countries while paying Trent's tuition fees. Now let's delve into where Trent University is located at. This gives you a snapshot of the southern part of Ontario. So if you look at the map, you will see Ottawa on the top right of the map, and Ottawa is the capital of Canada. On the bottom left, you will see Toronto, which is the capital of Ontario. And as you can tell, both of our campuses are ideally situated in between the two capitals. Our main campus, the Peterborough campus, is located in the city of Peterborough, and it's approximately an hour and a half east from downtown Toronto. Our second campus, the Durham Greater Toronto Area campus, is located in the city of Oshawa, and the Durham GTA campus is part of the Greater Toronto Area, as you can see from that bubble highlighted area. Let's check out the Durham GTA campus. Trent University, Durham Greater Toronto Area is a campus that is a more urban campus, I would say, and we have over 1,500 students studying at that campus. The campus is very accessible by public transportation for students who are interested in living in the Toronto area and commuting to campus itself. So for example, if students have family members in Toronto area and they would like to live with them and commute to campus, perhaps this campus could be the right fit for them. At the Durham GTA campus, we offer specific programs more towards humanities and social sciences and business. And so you will find the following programs at the Durham GTA campus. And you'll also find unique programs related to the Durham GTA campus, such as the Child and Youth Studies program, our communications program, policing and community well-being, journalism program, and the Master of Management program. The rest of the programs can also be found at the Peterborough campus. So it's a very exciting time to be joining our Durham GTA campus. Starting this fall, we are opening a brand new residence and academic building that will feature residence spaces, single and double room options. We'll also have lecture halls and seminar rooms, faculty offices, student spaces, and so much more. So For students who are joining us this September, they will be the first cohort to utilize this building. So our campus is expanding in terms of space and also academic programs at the Durham GTA campus itself. Moving on to the Peterborough campus. Now, this is the campus that I went to, and this is also where I'm based at. So I'm a little biased when I say that it is the most beautiful campus that I've ever been to across Canada. There are lots of nature surrounding the campus with a river running through it. It's a very scenic campus. For those students who love nature, there are also lots of hiking trails around the campus that students can go for hikes on. So the Peterborough campus, as mentioned, is just an hour and a half east from Toronto, and there are 8,500 students studying at this campus. And we offer all of the programs from our Trent ESL to bachelor's to postgraduate certificates and also master's and PhD programs too. The Peterborough campus is located 10 minutes from downtown Peterborough itself, and we have more than 150 buses, Trent buses, running daily back and forth to bring students from downtown to campus and back. So it's very accessible for students to go around the city itself with just a bus pass. They can hop on a Trent bus, they can hop on a City of Peterborough's bus and head to campus or head to the shopping mall. Or around the downtown area, there are lots of things happening there. There is a very lively art scene and music scene happening in downtown Peterborough. There are lots of restaurants that students could go to. They could go catch a movie at the theater. Lots of things that students can do in Peterborough itself. And both Oshawa and Peterborough are welcoming cities for international students. Something that you should also know about our Peterborough campus is our college system. Now, the college system is different from post-secondary institutions such as Fleming College or Durham College. Our college system was modeled after Oxford University, and the idea is to create smaller communities within the larger university community. So think about it as neighborhoods within a city. When students come to Trent University in Peterborough, they get to pick a college that they would like to be affiliated with, and each college will have different traditions and different activities that they can do, and that college affiliation is also a lifelong affiliation. And if students are interested in living on campus, they can pick to live in a single, double, or triple room in our residence in the colleges. This is a snapshot of a single room in Lady Eaton College. So all incoming students are guaranteed residence as long as they apply by the deadline, which is June 1st for this September. There is also a room self-selection feature where students can pick the exact room that they are interested in living in. Laundry, internet, and a meal plan are all included within the residence fees. So that way students don't have to worry about additional fees for food or to do their laundry or to pay for internet or Wi-Fi. And our meal plan is flexible in the sense that students can pick and choose whether they want to eat in a specific cafeteria or head to a different cafeteria. They can eat at any one of our cafeterias or cafes on campus or at select restaurants in downtown Peterborough too. And we also offer halal food options, and we also accommodate to students' preferences such as gluten preferences, gluten-free preferences. We'll do all of that with our meal services on campus too. And we also encourage students to use our state-of-the-art athletics facilities to keep themselves fit and healthy. So students are able to use our athletic center and use the indoor pool, our cardio loft, our weights machines, our indoor rowing tank, our wall climbing facility, our gymnasium, or if they're interested in fitness classes, we offer a range of fitness classes from yoga to Zumba. We also have recreational sports that students could play in. When I was a student, I would play badminton as a recreational sport. Students could also compete with other universities by joining our varsity team. So if students are interested, for example, in playing soccer for Trent University, they could always join our varsity team and play soccer and compete against another university at the university league. Or if students are interested in rowing, they could also join our varsity rowing team. And speaking of rowing, Trent University is one of the 5 hubs for developing the future Team Canada Olympians. So we are one of the 5 training grounds across Canada for individuals who are interested in competing in the Olympics for rowing. And in the past, we've sent students to compete in the Olympics, and some of them have come back with medals as well from the Olympics. The Student Center is a space for students by students. And at the Student Center, it's vibrant and active with lots of buzz. Lots of student activities happen here at the Student Center. And for example, our office, prior to the lockdown, we would host what we call the Global Table that would feature food from different parts of the world every week. And it'll bring both Canadian and international students together to learn about a different culture and to network with one another too. And it's also a space where students could connect with the staff members within the Trent International office. At this space as well, we have our career space office, which helps students to guide them, whether it's to write an excellent and outstanding resume and cover letter, to prepare for job interviews, to look for jobs, whether they're students or looking for the next steps beyond graduation. The Career Space Office is here to assist students. We also have a beautiful library, and this is one of my favorite spots on campus itself. The library itself features private study spaces. It also features rooms that students could use to do collaborative academic work. We also have computer labs, we have a maker space, and so much more at the library itself. And so students are able to come here and study, or they're able to come here and do their assignments, or to collaborate on group projects with their classmates at the library. So one of the things about Trent University I mentioned earlier is that students graduate with a clearer sense of who they are and the types of gifts that they have to contribute to the world. But something else that they also graduate with is an embodiment of the values that we embody at Trent University, which looks at social justice and environmental consciousness. And speaking of graduation, 90% of our graduates are employed within 6 months of graduating. The same percentage of employers have also mentioned that what they're looking for in graduates are the ability to work in team, the ability to think critically, and the ability to use analytical skills. And those are the hallmarks of a Trent education. So to quickly summarize on the reasons why students should consider studying at Trent University, we are a leader in student satisfaction. Point number 1. Point number 2 would be we are number 1 in Canada for scholarships and bursaries. Point number 3 is we are the top undergraduate university in Ontario, and we have been for 9 years in a row. Point number 4 is we are one of Canada's top research universities. And lastly, our graduates get careers. And here are some of the places where our graduates are working at, both international and Canadian students who have graduated from Trent. Perhaps your students that you're sending to Trent University could also work at those companies in the future. So what do students need to get into Trent University? I'm going to give you a high-level overview of our admission requirements. If you head on to trenty.ca/intl/apply, you will find our admission requirements. For most of our programs, we're looking for a Canadian equivalent of 70%, although there are also some programs that may require program-specific requirements, such as business. Our business program requires a math in general, with the exception of students who are studying in the CBSE program in the commerce stream. Students who are in the CBSE program in commerce stream do not have to have a math because they're doing accounting, economics, and business studies. So that is the only exception. Students who are interested in heading to our biomedical science program, for example, will need to have biology, chemistry, math, and physics. So keep in mind the program-specific requirements when you're advising students for admission requirements. Grade requirement is also another thing to consider. For example, students who are interested in our forensic science program will need to have a higher average than just a 70% equivalent. They need to have a minimum 75% or higher. Or students who are interested in our computer science co-op program, the entering average is closer to a Canadian equivalent of 82%. So that is also something to keep in mind. And then our English requirements, such as Kill, Duolingo, IELTS, TOEFL, or the PTE test. I'm going to also highlight a few of our international curriculums that we accept for the undergraduate programs. For example, in the US curriculum, students need to have at least a GPA of 3.0 or 80% for admission into our program. And we also grant transfer credits for any of the AP courses with grades of 4 or higher. For students who are studying in the British curriculum, we're looking for 4 AS subjects or 2 A-level subjects with grades of C or higher. And students who are coming in with A-level subjects with grades of C or higher will also be eligible to receive transfer credits. And for the IB curriculum, we're looking at 26 points. And we're also looking for a minimum grade of 5 for English. And students who are coming in with higher level subjects with grades of 5 or higher will also receive transfer credits. So to apply, we're still accepting applications for our bachelor's and postgraduate certificate programs for this September. The deadline to apply is July 1st. And so keep in mind the following deadlines for students to make sure that they submit their application on time to ensure that we're able to process all of the applications in a timely manner and to get back to students so that they have time to apply for a study permit as well. Now, this is also a very popular question that I'm sure you would receive from students. How much does it cost to study at Trent? This will give you an idea of how much our undergraduate program and also postgraduate certificate programs would cost. And the numbers here are based on last year's numbers, just because we don't have our tuition published yet for 2020. But this will also give you a rough estimate. So for last year, our tuition was $21,385,000, making us one of the lowest tuition fees among all the public universities in Ontario. So it makes it more affordable for students who are looking for quality university, but at an affordable rate. Ancillary fees are also mandatory student fees, such as the University Health Insurance Program, or the bus pass or library fees. So all in all, if you look at the fees, tuition and ancillary fees, students are paying close to $24,000 to Trent University for tuition and ancillaries. For housing and meals, they are dependent on students if they're living on campus or off campus, but there is a range of approximately $9,000 to $13,000 that students can budget for 8 months. Books and supplies, we ask that students budget $1,000. Personal expenses, again, that is dependent on students, but we say a rough budget would be around $1,500 to $2,000 for 8 months. So all in all, students are looking between $35,000 to $40,000 for a year of their education at Trent University. I mentioned that we're #1 in Canada for scholarships and bursaries. And here is a general overview of our entrance scholarship grid, where students are able to receive anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000, depending on their grades from Trent University, as they are entering Trent University. But one of the things that I would love for you to also encourage your students to apply for is our Trent International Scholarships and Awards, ranging anywhere from $2,000 to $24,000 per year. So as long as students maintain their average at Trent University, they are able to renew the scholarships and have the scholarships for 4 years. Our Trent International Scholarships and Awards are based on academic achievement, community service, leadership, and financial need. And if you look at it, $24,000 covers tuition and ancillary fees. So all students have to do is to pay for the cost of living. And so please encourage your students who are thinking about joining us for next September to apply by February 15th for our scholarships. We're here to support students, and we have global ambassadors that can connect with incoming students. We have our international student advisor who would provide academic and immigration advising to our international students. The Trent International Office is a one-stop shop for students to get all of their questions answered. We have a career-based wellness center and so much more to support students. I also want to quickly talk about our plans for the fall. So for this September, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, what will Trent be doing in terms of classes? I'm pleased to let you know that Trent is offering a multi-access approach for the fall term. So that means that students are able to come on campus. Our campus will be open, and students are able to live in residence too. For this year, due to COVID, we're only doing single room residence options, but it's still an option for students to live in residence if they're interested. More than 85% of our residence rooms are single rooms to begin with. In terms of classes, classes will be offered online as well for students who are not able to make it to campus. And we will also be offering some select courses in person too. The course listings of classes that will be offered will be available by the end of this month, and students will be able to register for courses on July 27th itself. So for the fall term, for any of your students who are thinking of coming to campus itself, let them know that we're open and we're here to also support them when they arrive on campus. For students who are not able to make it in person, that's okay. The multi-access approach allows students to come into campus when they're able to. So if perhaps if it's January that they're able to come on campus, then we will welcome them with open arms in January. But they're at least able to begin their studies online in September. So with that, I would like to also highlight our options for students to also connect and learn more about Trent University, whether it's via email or social media is an option for students to check out more about Trent University, look at our programs, and check out our Facebook or Instagram, because we are one of the most Instagrammable campuses across the world too. So with that, I will pass this time off to Meti, and thank you for having me here once again.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for taking time. Really appreciate it. For answering. I had the pleasure being in the campus. I love the lake view. I remember that we went for lunch there. It was one of the fun lunch, sitting in the cafeteria and seeing the lake on your
Yeah.
side. It was
Mm-hmm.
really amazing, really amazing. I love the fact that some of the university in Canada has really cool campuses and they provide the best experience for the students. So thank you
Mm-hmm.
so much for kind of giving us the peek of that, through your presentation. Uh,
Thank you, Meti.
so I'll start with asking the first question you just answered, which was about what are you guys doing for September? What you
Ah,
mentioned is gonna be both. So the next question is, do you have any diploma or certificate program? I'll let you to answer. You guys don't have a diploma, but you do have a graduate certificate. So maybe mentioning what are those two graduate certificates are.
sure. So yes, like Meti said, we don't have diploma programs per se. So we do have at the postgraduate level, we have a 1-year postgraduate certificate program, and it's 8 months. So students are able to gain it in human resource management and also in marketing and entrepreneurship. The good news for all of you to know is that typically the entry intake for that program is September, but starting in 2021, we will also be offering a January intake for the postgraduate certificate programs. So Meti, I know you've been encouraging us. We've listened to you, and we will be offering
We,
the two.
Jessica,
Yeah,
we almost did it last year.
I
Remember, we
know
done
we
the
did.
cohort, we did everything, and
Yeah,
unfortunately, last minute couldn't go.
I know. So I want to thank you for not giving up on us and encouraging us. Here you go.
Thank you so much. I will
Yeah.
notify my team to make sure that the intake is available for a student
Yeah.
to apply.
And so for the diploma question, we have just a couple of them in graduate diplomas for within the School of Graduate Studies in instrumental chemical analysis and also a graduate diploma in education. So two options there for the postgraduate level. But other than that, for us, we focus more on our bachelor's programs or master's postgraduate certificates. Those are the programs that we focus on.
Thank you so much for answering that question. Next question is, a student health insurance covered as a fee or student have to arrange at their own?
It's all part of the ancillary fees that students pay. So remember, there was a line on ancillary fees. It's all included. So the health insurance for the upcoming term, for the fall term, will be dependent on whether a student is in Canada or if a student is at home. So if they're here in Canada, they will be charged for the health insurance because it's good to have health insurance in case anything happens. But if they're home, we won't be charging them for the health insurance until they arrive on campus itself.
That's amazing. And the next question, could you please clarify the difference in two nursing program collaborative and the other one, please?
Yes, so we offer a 4-year collaborative program where students will complete their program in 4 years as a bachelor's degree. We also offer a compressed program for students who are coming in with some transfer credits. And usually students would have perhaps 1 year of university studies and they're now thinking of transferring into a nursing program. So the compressed program is done within 28 months. And the difference between that and the collaborative program is it's 28 months versus 4 years. And in addition to that, students are also studying throughout the summer, whereas in the collaborative program, students have the summers off. And so students have to come in with pretty specific background. They must have, say, a biology credit, or they must have a psychology credit or a math credit, some specific credits that would then gear them up for the compressed program itself. But in general, that's the two difference.
Thank you. The next question is a general question around whether Trent care about education gap. As example, if I was a high school student and I take 2 or 3 years off and now I'm pursuing with my undergrad, or the same case for masters or PG. If I was finished my undergrad and took a few years worked and then I decided that I'm going for my masters. Do you guys care about that, or is really doesn't matter?
So for us, we ask that if students have an education gap, they let us know what they've been doing with that education gap. So if students have completed high school but have 3 years in between before coming to university, we're not going to penalize the student, but we're more curious in terms of what have you been doing in the 3 years. So we ask that students submit a supplementary application for the undergraduate programs to just, let us know and accompany a resume as well as part of the supplementary application. For graduate level, we also won't penalize students for education gap. Again, the education gap could actually benefit students in terms of life experience and giving them a better understanding of what they really want to do for the graduate program. So that could all contribute towards the application itself. So we're okay with education gap.
Thank you so much. The next question is, are you accepting application for September? As mentioned, you guys do still accepting application for September.
July 1st. Apply by the end of this month, ideally June 30th, just because July 1st is a holiday here in Canada. So I would actually recommend June 30th. Yeah.
That's great. The next question is more of South Asia question, which is around the backlog. For the students that have finished their undergrad, do you guys care about backlog for them in order to get to their PG or master's program?
For postgraduate certificate programs, we're okay with backlogs. We don't have a maximum number of backlogs for postgraduate certificates, but for the masters, we ask that students have no more than 2.
That's great. Next question is, what are the typical on-campus accommodation meal plan costs?
So it's all actually part of the residence fees. So we don't necessarily break it out like some universities do. It's all part of the fees. But typically, if you look at the residence fees, it's anywhere from $9,000 to $13,000 at the Peterborough campus, and it goes all the way up to $14,000 at the Durham campus itself. So it's all included. We don't break it out, unfortunately. But the good thing is that if students are living in apartment style, the meal plan will be a smaller meal plan. So that way they're also able to cook. If students are living in the dorm style, then the meal plan will be the regular meal plan because there is no facility in their room or their area to cook.
That's great. The next question, do you guys accept PTE as a language test?
Yes, we accept PTE and we're asking for a minimum score of 59.
Cool. Okay, next question. If the student has already done his or her master's overseas, is he or she eligible for postgraduate or another master?
Yes. Yes.
The next question. Which is more around the distance learning. If, for example, the student has finished their bachelor through the distance learning, do you accept that or it has to be normal education?
So that is dependent on the institution itself. So the School of Graduate Studies will handle that on a case-by-case basis, depending on the institution. What students could do is to also check with the School of Graduate Studies and confirm.
There's a question, I'll answer it. Is this, would be the getting a PT, would it be an issue for the visa? As you guys know, under STS, if you are addressing that, you must have an IELTS 6, not lower than 6. So obviously they would not accept that if your student is applying through STS. However, as of now, because applications are going online based on RCIC, you could apply as a normal direct stream, and through normal direct stream, PT, Duolingo, TOEFL, or any other test are acceptable. There is not a significant says that it must be IELTS, but if your student is going through STS requirement, as of now, only they accept IELTS. The next question says, your nursing compass program open to international students who already are registered nurses, for example, from Philippines?
So for our nursing program, it is open to all international students. And if students are thinking that they want to come to Trent University and do the compressed program, we welcome them. The only difference is, I think with RNAO, the Registered Nursing Association of Ontario, they have the option as well for international students who are registered nurses abroad to look at options of being registered with RNAO. So as an agent, you could advise them to come to Trent University and repeat a degree, or you could also advise them to check out with the RNAO the options that they may need to get that qualification here.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Next question is for me. Can our partners apply for PhD students through ApplyBoard? The answer is no, and main reasons for that is a PhD, you need to have a supervisor. It's not as easy as just putting an application and there you go, there is acceptance letter coming. And that is something that we always suggested that is much better for students to be in touch with the supervisor to make sure that they can explain their own case to the supervisor, not necessarily about the trend, but majority of PhD students coming for the fund and they get research fund, which makes the job even harder for students to make sure they can show how competitive they are and why they're different. This is the main reason. And again, as I mentioned, it could be the different case for trend, but in ApplyBoard, we do have all the master degrees. You would be able to apply, and it's worth to mention that around Toronto area, Trent is the only university that allow master students to apply compared to other schools. Like if you have a students that they're interested in master or PG at university level, Trent is one of the very good options for students that they can apply. The next question is like, is scholarship available for this faculty of those having high percentage with an example of the experience? I think.
So are scholarships available for students with good grades and also outstanding experience? And so the answer is yes. At the undergraduate level, we offer the Trent International Scholarships and Awards, anywhere from $2,000 to $24,000, and those scholarships are renewable for the 4 years of their education at Trent University. So the scholarships are competitive, and we encourage students to gain as much experience as they can in the community or in school, because that also helps to boost your scholarship application.
Got it. Thank you so much. And the last question, I'll get the answer. Has been any chances that immigration uses the IELTS requirement? As of now, Sandeep, we've been working with other folks like CICAN and University of Canada to be able to make some of those changes. But as of now, there is no change, significant change. Right now, what ApplyBoard we're focusing a lot is on is making sure the students can get their visa sooner than later, because if they do have the visa, they can start online and that wouldn't be impact their PGWP. So those are the necessary things that we're working with other leaders and folks in the industry to make sure that we get to Government of Canada and explain them that it's extremely important that we will be able to get a student's visa as fast as we can. Thank you so much, Jessica, for going through the presentation. Really appreciate it. Next week, we're going to talk about St. Clair University, San Francisco University, and MITT in our following TRW workshops. And that will be the end of the presentation. Much appreciate everyone for attending. And once again, Jessica, thank you so much for taking time this morning.
Thank you, Matthew. And thank you to all of our attendees today.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and stay healthy, guys.